For example, getting veneers when you have good dentition. To be honest, I don't think that's a smart idea. Sue me.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hi darlings, if you're new here, my name is Yvonne and I'm back with another video. To my old subscribers, welcome back, and if you're just joining us, welcome to the family. Today I'll be discussing how to say no without feeling guilty so you can achieve your goals. I'll be talking about the impact always saying yes has on your goals and how saying no will keep you on track. And most importantly, I will give you practical tips on how to politely say no once and for all. Luckily, there are ways to say no that are not as difficult, as you might have imagined. By the way, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe right now, as you'll be helping me out, and so you don't miss the bangers, the videos, the everything I'll be dropping consecutively for the rest of the year. Also, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. So many of us are conditioned to saying yes to everything, including things we wished, we really wish we had said no to. And I'm sure a lot of us know what this feels like, if not all of us. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so you agree to things you actually don't want to do. No harm, no foul, right? Wrong. Not only can saying yes all of the time leave you feeling frazzled and stressed out and tired and without any time for yourself, but it can also derail your goals, like of course including your financial goals. Personally, I believe that setting and achieving your financial goals is one of the keys to creating the life of your dreams, and nothing, including saying yes all of the time, should get in the way of that. So now let's talk about the impact always saying yes has on your goals. We're hardwired to seek social approval, like to be liked, and to feel accepted. And this causes us to say yes to a lot of things, to so many things that are even against our own best interests. Always being the one who books the, group vacation reservations, or drives an extra hour to meet up with friends, and for the married ones, always being the one who picks up the kids from school. All of that impacts your goals. So I'm going to talk about 3 ways always saying yes can impact your goals. The first one is that it fills up your time. Always saying yes to things that you don't want to do fills up your time. It fills up your schedule, with other people's priorities. Because it's not your priority. You don't want to do it, but you said yes, so you have to do it. And now you don't even have time to do the things that you have to do. You won't have time to pursue your own goals if you're always helping others pursue theirs, and that's the sad truth. Secondly, it overwhelms you. Saying yes can overstretch and overwhelm you, leaving you sleep deprived, stressed out and depleted. In case you're wondering how this can happen, imagine saying yes to every Tammy, Dick and Harriet that, asks you for a favor. And yes, I know what I said. Tammy, Dick and Harriet. So imagine saying yes to every Tammy, Dick and Harriet that asks you for a favor, financial or otherwise, irrespective of your account balance or itinerary, like not even caring about what you have to do for yourself that day. Saying no is actually a form of self-care, and taking care of yourself is one of the most important ways that you can keep yourself and your goals on track. Lastly, it derails your finances. Always saying yes has a negative impact on your financial goals, from blowing your monthly budget to driving you into debt. Saying yes all the time to the wrong things can put you on the wrong financial path, and it's a sure way to make you broke. We'll take a closer look at the financial aspect and how saying yes, can keep your finances and your financial goals on track. From earning more money to saving for your retirement to getting out of debt, there are endless types of financial goals. One way to help you achieve your financial goals is to create a vision board. But the thing is that a vision board alone is not even enough. It's not going to help you keep your financial goals on track. So whatever your financial goals are, saying no is one of the key things that will help you accomplish them. So I'll just go ahead and discuss a few of the ways, or instances that saying yes can actually help you achieve your financial goals. The first instance is saying no to a relative asking for money. When a family member asks for money, it can be one of the trickiest money situations to manage. Luckily, there are rules that you can follow when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to, lending money to family and friends. And the most important rule or question is, can you afford it? But whether you can afford it or not, to be honest, it is always your decision to give anyone a loan, whether friends or family. If you don't want to, you should never feel pressured to. In fact, that is a perfect situation, to stand firm and say no. By doing so, you protect yourself and you make sure that your financial goals are not derailed by, the financial demands of someone else. The second is avoiding succumbing to money peer pressure from friends. Do your friends constantly, pressure you to spend more money, than you can afford? This is a form of peer pressure that a lot of us face, and to be honest, it is not so easy to avoid. I'm not even going to lie. Whether it's an all-inclusive, brunch or, trip to an exotic destination, we want to be included in our friends' lives, and that's the truth. But we shouldn't do that at the expense of our budgets. If you learn how to politely say no to this type of peer pressure and decline invitations that you don't want to spend money on, you'll be more likely to keep your own financial goals on track. You see me, yeah? I don't do more than myself for. If I cannot afford it, I cannot afford it. If my friends invite me somewhere and I know that my pockets cannot handle it, I'll decline. I cut my clothes according to my size, and look for more affordable ways to have fun if I must. So that's just it. The next is avoiding lifestyle inflation. Simply put, lifestyle inflation happens when you increase your household spending as your income grows. You see, it's not always pressure from, others that causes us to overspend. Sometimes it comes from the desire to fit in or keep up with trends or what everyone else has. Lifestyle inflation, allowing your spending to increase over time is a huge problem when it comes to reaching your financial goals. For example, getting veneers when you have good dentition. To be honest, I don't think that's a smart idea. Sue me. But for real though, the reason you can actually get veneers when your teeth are not problematic is basically because you have the money. There are other cheaper alternatives for sparkly and better looking teeth. So why are you spending all that money on something that's not even necessary because it is trending? Learning how to be happy with what you have and saying no to unnecessary expenses will make it easier for you to keep your finances on track. The fourth is by saying no to new credit card offers. At my end here, we use debit cards, but for those who use credit cards, it can be tempting to sign up for a new credit card, especially if it offers perks like travel points or sign up bonuses and all of that. Sometimes store credit cards can come with discounts on your current shopping trip, and it literally feels like you'll be passing up free money or missing out if you did not sign up for that new card. But remember that with a new credit card comes new responsibility. So if you're already struggling with credit card debt or you don't think you can manage an additional card, I think it's probably best for your finances to pass on these types of offers. Just close your eyes. Last is saying no to keep your budget in check. Saying no will help you stick to your budget, which in turn will help you achieve all of your other financial goals. If you get accustomed to politely saying no to anything that will cause you to worry over your budget, you'll be more likely to reach every financial goal that you set for yourself. Now, with that being said, I'll go ahead to discuss a few tips on how to politely say no without feeling guilty so that you can reach your goals. The first tip on how to politely say no without feeling guilty so you can reach your goals is do not provide endless reasons or excuses. Don't provide endless reasons or excuses. There's so many ways, so many ways to say no. But a simple no, I can't do that today, or no, thank you, is actually sufficient. Drop the need to provide reasons or excuses for why you cannot do something. One of my friends always says, resist the urge to shalaye. If you don't know what that means, it means resist the urge to over-explain, I guess. Drop the need to provide reasons or excuses for why you cannot do something. I'm going to be honest, I've been guilty of this a number of times, I'm telling you. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone any explanation, and you're not being rude when you don't offer one. There's even a way you'd explain it, and the person you're explaining to might start wondering, like, what is she saying? Like, person could even start believing or, thinking you're actually not being honest. So just make it brief. No, I cannot make it. No, I'm sorry. And that's okay. My second tip is not to apologize. Don't apologize. It is not rude to say no. So stop apologizing for something that you didn't do. Because it's not rude. You just said no. It's not convenient for you. So no. No means no. So you don't have to apologize for that. You've not done anything wrong by saying no. My third tip is to be firm in your response. You might get some pushback when you say no, especially if those around you are, accustomed to you saying yes all the time to them. Expect this pushback, but be firm in your response. You might have to say no more than once, for somebody to get the hint, because there's some people that don't understand what no is. You said no first time, you said no second time, and person is still disturbing you. Keep saying no. And if person still disturbs you, just ignore the person. Stand your ground. Even under this pressure, you need to stand your ground. Another tip is to practice saying no. Learning how to say no takes practice, especially when you're not used to it. At first, it might even feel uncomfortable. So you can start practicing with little things, and then you work your way up to declining bigger invitations, or bigger responsibilities. By practicing on small things like declining the Zoom happy hour, and all that, you can prepare yourself for the larger ones. For instance, declining to loan your sister 50,000 naira to go shopping. I didn't tell you anything. I don't know who your sister is. I'm just giving an example. But yeah, the next tip is to set and stick to your boundaries. Establish boundaries for yourself. What are you willing to say yes to? For example, do you want to get to bed every night by 10 p.m.? If so, then you'd want to say no to anything that'll keep you up past that time. For instance, I don't like answering I don't like answering calls late at night. So once it's 11 p.m., that's it for me. I'm not answering any unimportant calls. I would always call, I could always call the next morning, if somebody calls me after, that time, I could always call them back the next morning to let them know why I missed their calls. And by the way, if you're friends, then you already know my rules. Set firm boundaries with yourself, and it will be easier to say no to anything that compromises those boundaries. You also want to set clear boundaries for your finances, as well as set boundaries with your friendships. So keep practicing saying no and trust yourself, and your life is going to look completely different in the best way possible, I assure you. But there's something I want you to know. Even if you're doing all the right things and you do them really well, your boundaries will always be challenged. It's not always going to be easy. No, it's not. But you can do it. If Yvonne, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. You have the tools that you need to say no. And you've got the strength to make it happen. So go ahead, say no, and do not feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done that already. You could also put down your opinions in the comment section below. And if you have any video ideas, just let me know in the comment section as well, or you could just hit me up on Instagram at yvonne_uka. You can also check the description box below for details on how to reach me, and if your ideas are feasible, I'll get right to it. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day or night. Bye.